Hello, welcome to our video. We are doing numbers 33, 34, and 35 from your Try 1 Algebra 3 final review. These ones are talking about polynomial division. We are dividing negative 4x cubed minus x squared plus 4x plus 2 by x minus 3. This tells you to use long division, which is great. I'm going to use long division, but notice you technically have a 1 in front of your x. So you could use synthetic division if you want. Now after this video, there'll be a video about synthetic division. So if you want to watch that one and figure out how to do this that way, that is fine. You will get the same answer whether you use long division or synthetic. To be honest, if you have a 1 in front of your x, I would pick the one that you like best. If it says synthetic, you can always use long division. The only time you can't use synthetic division is if you had something like 2x minus 3. If there's a number in front of your x, you're going to have to use long division. So beyond that, use whatever works for you. So we are dividing negative 4x cubed minus x squared plus 4x plus 2. We're using long division to divide it by x minus 3. Remember, your goal is always to make this number match whatever your first term is. So you're saying, what can I multiply x by to get negative 4x cubed? Well, technically there's a little 1 here, so I know I'm going to have to multiply it by negative 4. And it also just has 1x, so I'll have to multiply it by x squared. So I'm going to do negative 4x squared times x minus 3, and write whatever is left over underneath. Well, not really leftover, whatever I get. So when I do that, let me switch colors. I'm doing negative 4x squared times x, which would give me negative 4x cubed. I'm doing negative 4x squared times negative 3, which would give me a positive 12x cubed. Now we need to subtract this. In order to do that, we're going to flip our signs. So this is going to be a plus, and this is going to become a minus. Again, my first two terms should cancel. That's great. Negative 4 plus 4 gives me 0. Then I notice we have negative 1x squared. Oh, sorry, I just wrote this wrong. This should be a 2. Minus 12x squared, which give me negative 13x squared. And then my last step is to bring down my plus 4x. I'm going to leave the 2 if you want to bring it down right now as well. That's fine. Now we're going to do the same thing. What can I multiply 1x by to make it negative 13x squared? It's going to have to be negative 13x. Again, I'm doing negative 13x times x minus 3. If I distribute, we get negative 13x squared. Negative 13 times negative 3 gives me a positive 39x. And then we are going to add them. But again, before I do that, you have to flip your signs. So we're going to have plus 13x squared and then minus 39x. My first two terms will cancel. If I do 4 minus 39, I get negative 35x. And then my last term is plus 2 if I bring it down. Again, we're back to the same thing. We want to make 1x match negative 35x. So I need to multiply it by negative 35. When I do that, we have negative 35 times x minus 3. If I distribute, we get negative 35x plus, I have absolutely no idea what 35 times 3 is. 105. Again, when I combine them, I need to flip my terms. So we have plus 35x minus 105. The first two will cancel. If I do 2 minus 105, I get negative 103. Again, we'll write our final answer as what it is on top, but this is our remainder. So that needs to go on top too. So we have negative 4x squared minus 13x minus 35. Then we have minus 103 divided by whatever we are dividing by. So x minus 3. And this will be your final answer. Sorry, that's such a long problem. All right, let's look at our next problem. Is x plus 2 a factor of px equals negative 3x squared minus x squared plus 9x minus 2? If yes, write p of x as a product of the two factors. Basically they're saying divide the two. One second. One doesn't tell you to use polynomial long division, so I'm not going to because I think it's more involved. What I'm going to do is synthetic division. Really, we're doing negative 3x squared minus 1x squared plus 9x minus 2 divided by x minus plus 2. Again, because we don't have a number in front of whatever we're dividing, we don't have a number in front of our x here, I know I can use synthetic division. To set up synthetic division, I'm going to make the little house. Inside the house is going to go the opposite of this number. So since that's a plus 2, I'm going to put a minus 2 in the house. Then we're going to take the number in front of each of our variables. This should have been a 3. And we're going to write it down next to our house. So we're going to have negative 3, negative 1, 9, and negative 2. Then I'm going to skip a line and draw a big equal line underneath, or equals line. And our first thing we're going to do is bring down negative 3. Once I bring down negative 3, I'm going to multiply it by the number in the house. So negative 3 times negative 2. That'll give me 6, and we're going to write it beneath our next number. We're going to add these two numbers together. So negative 1 plus 6 gives me 5. Then we'll repeat our process. So we're going to do 5 times negative 2. When I do that, I get negative 10. Again, we'll add 9 plus negative 10 gives me a negative 1. Negative 1 times negative 2 gives me a positive 2. Again, we'll add negative 2 plus 2 will give me 0. Now, if you get 0 as your remainder or your last number here, that means that your answer is a factor. So D is eliminated. Now we just need to rewrite it as a product. So to do that, we're going to start with each of our terms on the bottom, negative 3. And then I started with x cubed, so we're going to go down a power. So we'll do negative 3x squared plus 5x minus 1. And again, we were multiplying it by whatever we divided by. So remember, originally we had x plus 2. So the first term is going to be x plus 2. So we're looking for the one that has x plus 2 times negative 3x squared plus 5x minus 1. This one has x minus 2, so it's out. This one is a negative 5x, so it's out. So for this one, your answer has to be A. All right, let's look at our next one. Determine which binomial is not a factor of that big long thing. So we're going to do this sort of like we did the last one, but kind of like the cheater's version. So we are going to take the opposite of each of these numbers. So for this one, we want negative 4. For this one, we want negative 3. This one we'll do positive 5. This one is a little weird. It's like 4x plus 3 equals 0. We're trying to solve for x. So I would subtract 3 from both sides. We get 4x equals negative 3. I would divide both sides by 4. And we get x equals negative 3/4. So that is the number we are using for this one. If you want, that can be a decimal, negative 0.75, which might be easier because we are going to put these in our calculator. You can mess around and do synthetic division over and over again, but really the faster way to do it is to just plug in each of your numbers for x. So for A, to check if A works, we are going to do 4 times negative 4 to the power of 4 minus 21 times negative 4 to the power of 3 minus 46 times negative 4 squared plus 219 times negative 4. Oh my god, I ran out of room. Sorry. Plus 180. We're just taking negative 4 and we're plugging it in to each of our x's up here. Now, if you write this like I just did, you can literally type it into your calculator just as is and get a solution. If that number equals 0, awesome. It's a factor, which means you can cross it off the list. If you get a number that is not equal to 0, that means it is not a factor. So that is your answer, because you're looking for which binomial is not a factor, which will not divide my equation by it evenly. So at this point, go ahead and type that into your calculator. I'm going to try to find my key because I'm not trying to type that in again, to be quite honest. But I'm going to pause and come back. All right, I went ahead and wrote down what you would type in each of your calculators for each option, A, B, and C. I found that A equaled 936, which meant that one is not a factor. So your answer for this one, because again, you're looking for which one is not a factor, would be A. The rest all equaled 0, which means they are in fact factors. Now, here's what I would tell you. You might type in A and you're like, sweet, I'm done. That one's not a factor. I would try them all, to be honest, because I don't always have faith in the fact that I put it in my calculator right, but it is reassuring when each of them equals 0 and I'm like, yep, okay, did it, good, awesome, found the correct answer. If you have questions specifically about your calculator, I would really urge you to reach out and talk to your math teacher. We would love to help you. Even if it's during the test, I would probably answer a calculator question, especially if it gives you a weird error message. Just call me over and I'll happily help you. All right, beyond that, thank you for watching. Sorry this video was so long. Thanks, bye.